Welcome to Breakup Cheater, the channel where we uncover stories of betrayal, heartbreak, and ultimate revenge. Today's story is about a husband who thought he had it all: a stable marriage, a loving partner, and a bright future. But when his wife's darkest secret came to light, everything changed. She got pregnant by her boss and expected her husband to raise the affair baby. What happened next will leave you speechless. Let's dive into the story. Ryan Mitchell thought he had built the perfect life. At 34, he had a stable career as a civil engineer, a cozy home in the suburbs, and a wife he adored. Emily, his wife of 7 years, worked as a marketing manager in a mid-sized firm. She was ambitious, charming, and carried herself with confidence that drew people toward her. Ryan always admired that quality in her, believing it made their marriage stronger. But beneath the surface, things weren't as perfect as Ryan imagined. Early signs. Ryan started noticing small changes in Emily's behavior. She came home later than usual, often claiming work emergencies kept her in the office. She guarded her phone like a treasure chest, turning it upside down on the table or keeping it with her even in the bathroom. When Ryan asked about it, she brushed it off with a laugh, saying he was being paranoid. Still, Ryan trusted her. He thought stress at work explained the odd behavior. After all, Emily's company had recently hired a new director, David Lawson, a man known for his charisma and demanding leadership style. Ryan assumed her long hours were simply a way to impress her new boss. The breaking point. 3 months later, Emily sat Ryan down at the dining table with a strangely serious look. She told him she was pregnant. Ryan's heart leapt with joy. He had always wanted to be a father. But when he hugged her, expecting her to share in the excitement, she didn't smile. That's when she confessed the truth. The baby wasn't his. Emily admitted she had been having an affair with David, her boss. The relationship had started innocently. Late nights, shared drinks after work, venting about stress, but it soon turned physical. She claimed it was a mistake, that she didn't mean for it to happen. But now she was carrying his child. Ryan felt like the ground disappeared beneath him. His marriage, the trust he had built, and the future he imagined, all shattered in a single confession. The demand. As if betrayal wasn't enough, Emily then said something that burned into Ryan's memory. She asked him to raise the baby as his own. She explained that David had a reputation to protect and couldn't risk a scandal. Emily insisted Ryan was the better option to be the father on paper, since they were already married. She begged him to consider it, saying no one would ever have to know. Ryan was speechless. Not only had his wife betrayed him, but now she expected him to sacrifice his dignity and identity for a child that wasn't his. The decision. That night, Ryan packed a bag and left. He couldn't look at Emily the same way. He spent a few days at his brother's house, replaying every moment of his marriage in his mind. He thought of the vacations, the anniversaries, the quiet evenings on the couch, all now tainted by her lies. After talking with his family and a lawyer, Ryan made his decision. He filed for divorce. The fallout. When Emily was served the papers, she broke down in tears. She tried to call Ryan countless times, begging him to reconsider. She claimed she still loved him, that David had no intention of leaving his own family, and that Ryan was the only one who could provide stability for the baby. But Ryan had reached his limit. He told her plainly, "You made your choice when you betrayed me. Don't ask me to clean up the mess." The divorce process was bitter. Emily tried to paint herself as the victim, claiming loneliness pushed her into David's arms. But the evidence was clear, and the court finalized their separation swiftly. Moving on. Months later, Ryan stood in his new apartment, surrounded by boxes and silence. The pain was still fresh, but he also felt lighter, freer. He realized he had been holding on to a version of Emily that never really existed. He promised himself never to let betrayal define him. Instead, he chose to focus on rebuilding his life, his career, and eventually, his trust and love again. As for Emily, word spread that her affair became public anyway. David distanced himself from her once the rumors reached his family, leaving her to raise the child on her own. The life she thought she could manipulate into existence crumbled just like her marriage. Ryan, though scarred, walked away with his self-respect intact. This was the story of how one man refused to be broken by betrayal. His wife tried to trap him into raising another man's child, but instead, he chose freedom, dignity, and self-respect. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more shocking tales of deceit and redemption. This is Breakup Cheater, where the truth always comes out.